Boys, today we're reacting to something a little different. So about a week ago, a YouTuber bought some magic cards from a store. Early magic cards. They weren't supposed to be released yet. The store got them early, sold them early. They weren't supposed to. But he bought them completely legally. He had no idea. Come to find a week later, private mercenaries knocked at his door. Specifically, the Pinkertons. The Pinkerton Detective Agency. Which is, if you don't know, are the bad guys from Red Dead Redemption 2.
Agent Milton, Agent Ross, Pinkerton Detective Agency, seconded to the United States government.
They're still around. They exist. And the fucking Hasbro sent them over to this YouTuber's fucking house over some goddamn magic cards. We're gonna watch a video about that by Some Ordinary Gamers. If you don't know Some Ordinary Gamers, pretty much like critical, kind of. He just talks about what's going on in the world, but he has a bit more of an insight because he's like a cybersecurity expert of some sort. So we're gonna get right into it. Here we go.
Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar, and if it's one thing that's wild to me is America and their love for private military contractors, mercenaries, you name it.
Bro's got some druff on his shirt. No Dan, what the fuck?
Now ladies and gentlemen, Wizards of the Coast is a company that pretty much, is behind the Magic the Gathering phenomenon, trading cards, if you will.
Yes sir, owned by Hasbro, little known fact.
Now, if you're not somebody that knows about Magic the Gathering, it's some serious money. We're talking millions upon millions of dollars.
Like Pokemon, pretty much. When it comes to that card collecting shit, people just throw their money at it. Not for me, but, to each his own.
There are entire channels that serve as like proto-investment guides for which card packs you should be investing into. This is big nerd money, okay? There's a lot of cash on the line. Now what happens if somebody breaks the street date and happens to get some cards earlier? Ladies and gentlemen, I shit you not. The Wizards of the Coast raids a YouTuber's house to take back Magic the Gathering cards.
There it is. There it is, baby. On a Saturday morning, a Magic the Gathering YouTuber found Pinkerton agents at his front door. How about that?
Yeah, what if I told you Wizards of the Coast sent mercenaries? Yeah, this is a mercenary outfit, the Pinkerton Detective Agency, to somebody's house because they happen to get a few cards a little bit earlier than May 12th, so to speak.
That ain't even that early. I thought it was like 6 months ahead. That's like 2 weeks. What the fuck?
Now, I kind of liken this to whenever I get games earlier. Like, whenever I get Resident Evil 4 a bit earlier than Street Date, it would be like if Capcom raided my house with the not the police force, but like a private military, a private security force to raid my house over getting a game slightly earlier. It would be fucking unhinged.
It is fucking unhinged. Because at least, I mean... No, yeah, I don't even have a justification for the other side. No, yeah, it's fucked up.
Now, of course, being that this is the United States, I could almost imagine that they probably had to do this in a state where not everyone and their dog owned a gun. I could only imagine if this was done in like a real deep state where like anybody could whip out their 1911 and deal with people encroaching onto their property. Luckily, in this case, nobody died.
If he did die, even if he didn't, bro, he should be able to fucking sue. I'm sorry. That's like trauma and shit. They probably broke his door down, fucking went through his shit like a fucking SWAT team would over some fucking magic cards, dog. What the fuck? Like, he deserves some fucking money from Hasbro. Jesus Christ.
So, of course, Wizards of the Coast, one of the YouTubers in particular, for those of you who don't know, this is somebody known as Old School MTG. Now, they have 3,400
3,000 subs? I thought it was like one of the biggest magic card like YouTubers or something. I didn't know it was some small fucking... No one's even ever fucking heard of this guy. How did Hasbro even find it, bro? He probably has 3,000 subs because of this controversy. I'd like to see how many he had before this. What's the point? It's one guy. What is he gonna do?
It's not a massive channel, but they had to get rid of a lot of, videos. They had to get rid of videos covering this Magic the Gathering drop ever since the Pinkerton showed up.
There's no... Dude, that sounds like a fucking made-up sentence. Ever since the Pinkertons showed up. Jesus Christ. Because you don't know, Pinkertons have been around since... I think the 1800s, early America. There is an act called the Pinkerton Act, where they banned the government from using Pinkertons because even the government somehow realized that their ways weren't right, of all things. That's just fucking, it's insane, man.
Now, the Pinkertons, if you've played Red Dead 2, or if you've done any form of, U.S. history, they're a real organization. They've been here since the 1850s. Okay,
there it is, 1850s.
And they've been prominently known for being one of the biggest strike-breaking private militaries. In fact, there is an act called the Anti-Pinkerton Act.
Okay, yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, not the Pinkerton Act, the Anti-Pinkerton Act. 'Cause they didn't like him. They didn't even like him that much to put him as just the Pinkerton Act. It has to be anti. The Anti-Pinkerton Act specifically restricts the government of the United States from hiring employees of Pinkerton or similar organizations. So it fucking name drops them twice, bro. In the fine print and in the fucking title. This specific one company. That's just how fucked they are. But they're still kicking somehow.
They were so bad that in 1893, they had to limit the federal government's ability to hire private investigators and mercenaries. Okay? Insanity, in my opinion. That's how bad they actually were. In reality, though, the United States is still a pretty large customer for private security services and military contractors, but
True.
That's a whole different video right there. In fact, if you want a whole game about that, play Metal Gear Solid 4. Now, a bunch of these wild, scary detective types showed up to this person's house and effectively, for lack of a better term, straight up intimidated this individual. So Wizards of the Coast actually sent these people over. There was a few news agencies that pretty much confirmed it. So, of course, what effectively appears to happen over here is old school MTG literally went to their card dealer and bought this product, who they claim they had no idea that the street dates were broken. Now, of course, I kind of question that myself, knowing that, if you're going to go break street dates, you probably know vendors that are willing to do this. And breaking street dates, especially for things like trading cards and high-value items like this, is not super-duper common.
But they sold it to him, right? Even if he knew the street dates weren't right, they knowingly sold it to him, you know what I mean? In a legal transaction. I don't think they have any right to bust down his door.
You really have to know your dealers. You really have to know people that are willing to absolutely, basically risk real litigation on them by selling products, a week or two earlier. So, of course, ladies and gentlemen, Wizards of the Coast pretty much apologized because when these agents came by, obviously you can imagine that private security services are a little bit intimidating. I believe their wife cried, and genuinely there was a bit of emotional distress.
That's what I mean, bro. He should actually be able to sue for emotional distress over some fucking trading cards. It's ridiculous.
Wizard of the Coast thankfully apologized for it, Jesus Christ. But it's insane that this actual situation had to actually happen in the first place. Again, I have real affinity to this myself, not because I'm like a Magic the Gathering nerd or I care so much about Wizards of the Coast, but as somebody that's happened to get a few games earlier than release, typically through friends, typically through, people that are in the industry. I could only imagine if like any big gaming company went over to my house, raided me with private mercenaries just so I would have to give up this product. And I don't even know legally if he would have to give up the product.
Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous. That literally reminds me of when I was in like middle school, whenever the fuck Rainbow Six Siege was coming out, they had a closed beta and my friend gave me his code because either he didn't want it or he had to spare. So I had early access when I wasn't supposed to. It was a closed beta. Imagine fucking Ubisoft sending mercenaries to my door because this guy only had 3K subs after the controversy. I got 100, I got 100 something, Imagine fucking Ubisoft sending fucking armed mercenaries to my door because I have an early release copy of a game. That's fucking insane, man. Holy shit.
I don't know the actual law enforcement nature of the Pinkertons. Again, given that they are like mercenaries and private security services, they really don't have real authorities. If anything, the cops should have gotten involved if they were able to, basically pinpoint this was stolen goods to begin with. So yeah, it's a wild, wild scenario.
It's not stolen, man. What is he doing with it? It's coming out in 2 weeks. What's the fucking difference, man? Jack Frags always has every game a year early somehow. No one questions that. There's no one knocking on his door.
One of the longest running private security mercenary groups in the country, being sent by one of the most fucked up companies in the trading game, Dungeons and Dragons sphere, just to intimidate somebody that was very, very small time.
What a collab, by the way. Fucking Hasbro, who's a parent company of Wizard of the Coast, hiring the fucking Pinkertons, dog. That's crazy.
Now, do I think that this person should get a bit out of it? Probably. They should at least be getting some booster packs, a few cards here and there, maybe the whole goddamn set. But I can tell you right now, if the company that, I was purchasing products for, that I was simping for, sent mercenaries to my house, bro, I don't give a fuck if you're Rockstar Games or Konami. I don't care if you make Metal Gear Solid or Grand Theft Auto. I would never, ever touch a product again from this company, given the insane response, with complete lack of proportionality to the actual crime that is being committed over here. It's almost like this guy robbed the fucking Union Depository and they sent over goddamn mercs to his house to clear that up.
Yeah, I actually wonder, because this guy's whole channel is trading cards, I assume specifically Magic the Gathering. I wonder, like, fucking Pinkerton's knock down his door, fucking take the stolen cards, whatever. He's like, oh, shit, fucking complaining to the wife, whatever. He's like, all right, back to work. He starts unboxing a different pack.
This is trading cards. Trading cards whose worth, probably in my opinion, is far less than it even costs to dispatch a mercenary outfit. That said, though, ladies and gentlemen, some people today learned that the Pinkertons were a real detective agency and it wasn't just video game stuff. And for those people, I'm going to remind you, read a goddamn history textbook. Jesus Christ, you're the reason why the educational system is so goddamn broken in this country. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mudahar, and I'm out.
What was that? Whoa, whoa, whoa. He's glorping, but all right. I know this is a very quick video. I just wanted to get something up. I have a lot more planned that will be coming, but it takes a lot more time, and I fucking wanted to get something up in the meantime. So here's this. There might be a couple other reaction videos coming pretty soon. If you did enjoy, remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It helps a lot. Yeah, other than that, hope you enjoyed. Shit.